Ladies and gentlemen, how are you? It is Saturday night. Let's have some fun. Let's talk some true crime and let's figure out a couple of things. I have something here for you. I have a couple of things. One, we're going to talk about this in a second. Dog the Bounty Hunter did a interview on Court TV. I thought he had a couple of interesting things to say. For someone who apparently has inside information, he had some interesting wording, and I'm gonna play that for you in a minute. But, I have something else I wanna show you. I just wanna set something up so I can show you something on camera. Hold on. Good to see you all, by the way. I'll say hello to everyone in a minute. I just wanna set this up. Alright, here we go. So I'll play you the Court TV thing, and then I'll read something too, but hey guys, how are you? Good to see you. Coming to you live from Melbourne, Australia on this Sunday afternoon, and it's about 1:40 p.m. in the afternoon down here on this very windy, cold Sunday afternoon. Laurie says finally getting some rain in PA. I hope you are. Lindy, how are you? DJ Andrew, Patty, the Thoris. Good to see you guys. Dan Yee, Gila's here. Who else? Sean. And I think that's it for tonight. Is that it for tonight? Peekaboo Cockatiels here. Hey, my friend. Kathy Lynch. We need notice. The show's been booked for hours. The show's been booked for over an hour. It should have sent out a reminder. It's been booked. I don't know why you guys didn't get a reminder. It's been booked for ages. All right. I have something here. You can hear it. Right? You can hear it. All right. What is this? If anyone can tell me what this is, I'll be very impressed. So I'm going to leave it here for the rest of the show. But if you can tell me what this is, I don't know. I'll give you a free membership. I'll upgrade your membership. If you already have a membership, I'll upgrade it for you. I'll get you I'll get you another tier for a month. But if you can tell me what this is, you'll win. I'll put you on the highest tier for the month if you want. You don't get anything more, but hey, you get to the prestige. You get the prestige, but I'll buy it for you. Let me know if you can figure out what this is. I gave you some sound. And then this is what it looks like, or at least it might look like this. So let me know if you can figure it out. I'm going to keep it here for the rest of the show, and I'm going to keep scanning the chat, and I'll see if people can get a guess and get the correct thing. If you can, I'll send it to you. No, I won't send it to you. But yeah, I might be able to get you the center of a paper towel roll. No, that is not the case. No, it might look like one, but it is not. So you're going to have to trust me on this, but it is not the obvious. You do not like Fran, as in San Francisco? No. Who the hell is Fran? A candy wrapper. No, it's not a candy wrapper. Oh, we're going to keep playing this game throughout the show. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get this Dog the Bounty Hunter thing. Hold on. All right, so let's talk about this Dog the Bounty Hunter thing. I listened to it. I'm going to play a little tiny bit from Court TV. I hope they don't freaking copyright me. They're pretty swifty on the on the ye old. Actually, we don't have to use that one. No, we have to use that one. Okay. Yeah. So he was on Court TV. I'm going to say this is courtesy Court TV, courttv.com. If you want to watch the entire video, 17 minutes worth, head to Court TV at courttv.com. Hopefully that'll suffice. All right. Let's see if they bully us afterwards.
AKA Dog the Bounty Hunter, and he's also accompanied by his attorney, Bruce Castor. Good morning to you both. Doug, I want to begin with you, please. When you think about all of the things that could have happened with Sebastian, I want to ask you, based on all of the facts and information that you know, what is your theory, the theory of the case that you have, and what is helping you and aiding in your pursuit of him?
Well, two questions. The theory is, my theory, the only theory that I have is he's missing. Whether he's still alive or not, that's not, I thought in the beginning that he might be alive, and the more tips we have, the more people, the more things we're figuring out, he might not be alive. So, it's not my theory of how I find people. Sometimes it's completely different than what I think. And the way we find him and help is someone, we know there's two people that were involved in his disappearance, but someone else has to know. And $100,000 reward that's been put up is, $1/10,000,000. That's a lot of money. So we're waiting on we have 833 Tell Dog. My partner, Nick the Hat, has got his number out there. We're waiting for someone to call in on the tip line and give us a real live tip.
Doug, would you give us an update, please, on any good information that's come in so far? Has anything you've received in the way of tips been at all viable?
Well, my lawyer's giving me stink eye. I better watch my mouth because, allegedly, that's the word. Allegedly.
Sure.
Allegedly, it was people need to read the facts. How'd the boy get out the back? How come no one did anything? Why was the stepfather threatening people that were out looking for the boy? Volunteers were out there and he was threatening them. Is there a family tie between either side of the family, between sexual perversion really bad? I mean, there's a lot of things that the public can look at before, it goes to a jury. And all roads lead to Rome.
I'm going to leave it there. That's the section I wanted to play. The last bit there. All roads lead to Rome. So I ask you this. Do you think he has any inside information at all? Because basically what he's saying on this show is nothing that we haven't heard in the last 9 months or whatever, since February. I don't think there's anything really groundbreaking with what he said. I understand he had a lawyer there. Maybe he can't delve too deeply. He said jury. Yeah, I thought he dropped a couple of interesting things. He said 2 people involved. He said, before it goes to a jury, so he thinks there's a crime that has been committed. And he does say later in this interview that they called around the country looking to see if Sebastian's scripts had been put in since his disappearance, because apparently he had to have sleep medication, some other types of medication, and none of those scripts have been filled since he went missing. Yeah, so yeah, I do remember that. The reason I bring it up is because I remember the Brian Laundrie situation. Brian was in a friggin' park in Florida, deceased about a day after he got back to Florida. And what was it, like a couple of days or something? He went on that camping trip with his parents. They came back to the home, and then he took off to that national park or whatever and did the thing. Good for him. Rachel says, I think he doesn't know a thing, and I have serious concerns about his partner. Are you talking about Nick the Hat? Yeah, I see Nick the Hat on Twitter a few times. I don't know anything about him, but I've seen him a few times. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it gets automatically turned off. Yeah, jury, I think that's interesting. What is he actively doing to find him? Nothing. Fuck all. Nothing. Sorry. I know Kathy's here. Sorry, Kathy. Nothing. I think they're literally hoping someone will call in with information. You hear it. Like they're asking for a tip line. and they're saying that someone else has another number you can call too. Look here. This is all they're asking for. They got $100,000 reward. They're trying to use money. They're trying to use money to pressure someone who may have been involved or have knowledge of what happened to Sebastian to come forward. And I appreciate that. I think it's a good amount of money. 100,000, like he says, is a tenth of $1,000,000. Some people in some really serious debt. So he's hawking a new podcast. Of course he is. Didn't he have a book last time? He had a book. Wasn't it when Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, didn't he have a book at the time? I think he means all roads lead to home. I think he was just playing some wordplay, but I think he's just saying what he thinks, and I'm interpreting, reading between the lines here, that he believes two people are involved. Who's the two people that we all think might be involved? I'm not going to give you their names because I think everyone knows. Yeah, I liked when she was on the show. I thought she did a great job. It's what happened to her is extremely sad. It's really sad that someone, died so quickly from that illness. Yeah, it was really, really sad to see. Yeah, she was the original, right? She was the one who had the business, and then Dwayne married into it. Is that right? If I remember correctly. Thank you. I don't know what the thank you is for. Let's see. He's a loudmouth racist. Could be. I just wanted to show you that bit because, like, I'm not sure they have any actual inside information because most of what they're parroting here is known. Like he says, he goes, you can hear all this online, or it's already been talked about. We've talked about this since February. Most of this stuff has gone over 1,000,000 times. So I don't know. I haven't seen anything in this interview that suggests he has anything new. Anything that would lead to an arrest. But hey, maybe they're keeping it back. Maybe this will be the one. Through his business. Okay. It's been a long time since I watched an episode of Dog the Bounty Hunter. I don't even know if they show it here anymore. They used to show it on cable, like on repeat. They used to show like an episode like every 2 hours or something, but I don't think they show it anymore. Patty says, I see 2 books written by Dog. That's it. Was one written last in 2021? Let's have a look. I know he was promoting something when he came forward to do the Brian Laundrie one. Let's have a look. No, one was in 07, one was in 2010. I'm not sure what he was promoting in 21. There was something he was doing. I'm not sure. I thought it was a book, but maybe I was wrong. Hey, Diane, how are you? So look, there's that little bit. That's the most poignant bit of that. I watched the entire thing. I think that's the biggest thing. SF Investigates will be back in the area next week. I believe he's a good PI. I think he's a decent PI as well. He solved quite a few cases. He has at least a record of success with these type of cases. I think Steve's a decent guy. I can't speak to all of what he's done or whatever because I don't know. But from my dealings with him, he's at least been professional and decent. That's all I can tell you from my dealings with Steve. I can tell you that he for a long time he thought Sebastian was alive. I don't know if that's changed, but I don't believe Sebastian is alive. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I'm not the world's smartest person or anything. I just from what I've seen, I would have expected. I've witnessed a bunch of missing kids cases, right? Sometimes you hear nothing. Sometimes you hear nothing for a long time, and all of a sudden they pop up, and they're like, "Oh my god, they were alive! They were living in a trap house in New Orleans," and you're like, "Oh my god, how are they alive for so long?" this worries me because unless you can give me something concrete after the day he went, like after the day they say they last saw him, anything, someone, a witness, a CCTV, someone walking past, I don't know, anything, but no one can, and that's what concerns me with this one. Yeah, his name is Nick the Hat. He's on Twitter. If you want to search him, you can. Oh, it was CBD oil, was it? Okay. I knew it was something. I can't remember what it was. Look, she has her own, like, I think what people need to understand is that we're two different people with different careers and different ideas. And while we're friends, it doesn't mean that we believe the same things. She may have dealt with him in the past. Like she had a radio show 20 years ago dealing with true crime. She could have had dog on 20 times, and I have no idea. Maybe that's why she thinks he's good. I don't know. I haven't asked her. But for me, I'm not sure. A cat scratching post. Are you joking? How this thing is tiny. Oh, you got a bit of a sneak peek there. This thing is tiny. Like it's not that big. There's my hand. You can see a cat scratching post. Are you serious? What for the world's smallest cat? Is it the world's tiniest kitten? No, it's not. It's not that. Yes, Nick the Hat. All right. Look, that's that. I don't know what to think about it. I will say this. I appreciate the reward. I think that is pretty cool. Um, anything to get more information. If someone can dig up something that could help the investigation, then that's a positive. And if money does that, great. If that gets us somehow closer to a resolution, then great. That is a good thing. But I don't know. We'll see. Patty says wrapping paper roll. No, that would be the world's smallest uh present. It would be very tiny. It's a cardboard tube. It's part of it is a cardboard tube. It's what is inside. The cardboard tube might be masking something. Might be masking something. You can hear it here. You can hear it there. It's like one of those radio show games where they're like, guess the sound. You know, we have that in Australia. Melody says, I don't think Dog has money. He owes the IRS millions. I don't know what rich people do with their money. It's a knife. I do have a knife, but it's not here. I think it's over there, but I do have a razor knife that I keep around, but I don't think it's not here right now. A poster? No, that would be a very tiny poster. It is. That is exactly what it is. I have gone on eBay and I have bought from an IRS auction, or from an FBI auction, some of P. Diddy's freak off oil. That is what I've done. He had 1,000 bottles. I was like, I need some of that for my show. I think my people would get a kick out of that, and I paid for it. It contributed 0.5 cents to Diddy's defense fund. You know, we have to support people. You get points for guessing the outer part. I think it was DJ who said what it actually was. Hold on, let me go back up here. I think it was DJ who got it. Let me see. I'm just trying to find DJ. Yeah, here you go. Well, DJ said it was a paper towel roll, and that's exactly what it is on the outside. That's what it is on the outside. It's a paper towel roll. So it's as big as a paper towel. So it's as big as a paper towel. You let me know. Candy's laughing. Vicky, that's very kind of you, my sweet, sweet friend. Hold on, let me see. I want to see the it sounded like lube. What kind of lube do you have that's like makes that noise? I want to know what kind of lube you have that makes like a crinkly noise, and why does it make that noise? Where do you keep it that makes it like that? Hold on, guys. I want to see. I want to see Vicky's sticker. It'll probably be the #1 fan. She always does that one. Oh no, it isn't. Today she's got the little hippo with the is it a little hippo? Yeah, a little hippo dinosaur thing with the thumbs up. Vicky, that is very sweet of you. I very much appreciate it. Yes, we need to support people with our 5 cents. You too can support a Diddy in need. Send your 5 cents for 1 bottle of freak off oil today to the FBI. Can we hear it again? Sure. There you go. It's a catnip toy. I don't know. I think if my cats ate that, they'd get pretty sick. It's a jar of tiger balm wrapped in wrapped in bubble wrap and a cardboard roll. No, it's not that. It's not that. Although I need some tiger balm. That stupid freaking pull-up bar I bought ruined my abs and my obliques and my shoulders and my freaking arms. I was walking around like a concrete statue all week because I hopped on it and I did like a few reps and then I was like, oh my god, I can't move anymore. I think I'm old. I can't move anymore. Did I make it? No, I purchased what is inside. What is inside the paper towel roll I purchased? I'm going to tell you at the end of the show. So, hey, let's get to some true crime. So, here's another article on this dog thing. Cease and desist letters were sent out to social media users threatening and harassing individuals looking for missing Sumner County teen Sebastian Rogers. It says here, Dog the Bounty Hunter and Seth Rogers, Sebastian's biological father, says they've experienced online harassment and have seen the threats only increase. Okay. Seth has actively searched for his son Sebastian since he went missing in February. He says, I'm just hoping for a positive outcome from this, that he is alive, that he is healthy, so I can bring him home. Yeah, sure. Dwayne Chapman, better known as Dog the Bounty Hunter, joined the search this month and raised the reward for information leading to the arrest or finding of Sebastian. The reward is $100,000. They're saying here, Tony Mathis said they bring a social media team, they bring an investigative team, and they bring a legal team. All those things we were all desperately needing. In addition to Dog's passion and overall horsepower of his organization, this case has been amplified tenfold in just the last 2 weeks. And Dog says this is not the first rodeo for me finding a missing child. We are working on every lead we can get. Nick the Hat and I are getting so many leads. There's cameras that we are now going after. Okay. If you can find Sebastian on a camera, I will 100% believe you. I will then be part of your cause. But so far, no one has crap. So they're saying, Seth says, people run their mouth. There's keyboard warriors every day. They want to send death threats and things to people, but they are cowards. Look, don't be sending no death threats to no one. Doesn't help anything. Doesn't help find Sebastian. All it does is cause issues and takes away from finding the kid. All you're going to do is get a legal letter telling you to piss off. Just leave it alone. Don't take it into real life. You know, this will all come to light eventually, right? If Sebastian's not here anymore, if Sebastian is unfortunately deceased, you harassing the people, his father or may not be involved, or his stepfather and mother who may or may not be involved, ain't going to do anything. All it's going to do is get you into trouble. They're saying what Lessenak is doing, he is issuing cease and desist with a copy of the federal injunctions attached as a warning shot. They said what they are trying to do is not get people to quit talking about Sebastian. They are trying to get people to quit harassing and attacking the people that are intimately involved with the case. They have kind of taken over the airwaves and created a defamation campaign against my clients instead of keeping their eye on the real important thing here, which is finding this young man. Unfortunately, I have to agree. I have to agree. It's turned into an absolute crap show, and it has been for months. People like hopping on and talking all these tiny bits of minutia and oh, but this person said this, and if you use the past tense, that means you definitely killed your son. Like, come on, man. Give me some freaking evidence. Give me some proper evidence. They're saying here the letter continues, this is not a game and you've run out of chances. Simply put, if you want to keep talking, you can take the stand in court. Otherwise, refrain from this criminal behavior. By the way, there is a difference between criminal behavior and talking about facts. If you talk with facts of something that you can back up and verify, it's not slander. And they could try to send you a cease and desist. But if you talk about things that you can't verify, you can't back up, and they're not a known fact, then they might have a case against you, but they'd have to prove loss of this and that. And it's very hard to get defamation rulings. So there's two sides of the coin there. The reader has 48 hours to comply or face an emergency injunction in federal court. Geez, how much money are you going to waste on doing that? Lesniak recommends that social media users explicitly state that they are sharing their opinions and not facts. Well, I think that's good advice. We always tell you, especially I do, Trish does as well. If it is your own opinion, state it as that. You cannot convey your own opinions as if they are fact because you cannot say that. Like you can't show us anything that says, hey, this is a fact. So that is very interesting. But hey, I don't agree with people going after people who are just commenting on stuff. But harassment is a different thing. They said, but if that opinion leads to someone's fiduciary or reputational loss, that can be defamation and an actionable item. I'd love to see it. We believe that this happened. My opinion is I allegedly, this is what I've heard, those type of words that then clue listeners into, okay, this is not a fact. This is someone's opinion. I actually think that's really great advice. And especially when you're talking about true crime, you have to talk like that. You can't be talking about stuff like, oh, I know for a fact that, Seth was involved with a multinational Satanism organization, and that's why Sebastian. You can't say shit like that. Like, no. You can talk in your opinion. You can say this is what I think, but yeah, make sure it's clear. Make sure it's clear between what is a fact and what is a hearsay, a rumor, your opinion, that type of thing. Be clear with it. So here's his quote. I actually think this is good advice. They said, what I've heard, those type of words and clue listeners in, okay, this is not a fact, this is someone's opinion. Right. Differentiate between what is a known fact and what is an opinion or a rumor, something like that. You may still copy a letter, even if you say it is a rumor, because they're saying that they don't want that either. But he says he encourages YouTubers and social media users to keep Sebastian's name visible online. They keep this issue at the forefront and make people remind them that it happened and it's not going away. But he told News 2 that continued legal action will depend on the response from the letter, recipients, and what his clients ultimately decide. Yeah, so okay, interesting. What do you guys think? I do think that is some decent legal advice for YouTubers or people talking about cases. Yeah, I think it's good advice. I think he's very clever, and he's showing you what can you say or how can you say things without getting yourself into a world of legal trouble, and how do you avoid tarnishing someone's reputation when you may not have like a way of backing up what you're saying. So I think that's good advice actually. But there you go. There's the dog the bounty hunter stuff. We'll see what happens. Anything to find Sebastian, right? I don't care if you have to go naked to the top of the Empire State Building with a sign that says "Look for Sebastian," but If that's what you have to do and it makes a difference, sure, sure. I don't care. As long as we can find that kid at some point. That's all I care about. Like I don't do this. Like this might be the second story I've done all year since March on Sebastian. The other one was the anniversary. I think it was like 4 months, 5 months, something like that. And then this one. I don't do stories on Sebastian very often. They're not public figures. How can it be slander? You can slander anyone, I think, as long as you're damaging their reputation. Well, they are sort of public people now, though. They are. They've been in the media. They're well known. They could make that fight in court that they are public people because they've been on so much media. They might be able to make that argument. All right. It's okay, Kathy. You don't have to. Danny says SF is going back to Tennessee. Good. Maybe he can find something. He's done well in other cases. He's been able to find good information on other missing people, and he's got a good way of sniffing things out. So maybe he'll have some luck. I wish Steve nothing but the best. I hope he's the one who can crack it. Maybe Dog will get a tip from someone that wants $100,000. Maybe. I'd actually like to know what the payoff terms are. What's the payoff terms? Have they posted that? No, I don't have let's have a look. Because I want to know what their payoff terms and conditions are. Because when you have a reward, there has to be a set of benchmarks that you have to meet or terms and conditions to be able to claim the reward. What are those terms and conditions? I don't see anything. Yeah, I don't see anything about what their terms and conditions are of how to claim it. They just said, ring us and we might give you $100,000. All right. STL card says, it is a shame it's about the dollars. Right. Hey, Reby, how are you? Rachel says, it's very sad that a few people going over the top to find Sebastian and bringing some bad stuff to the case. I think it's sort of quietened down some now, but about 3 months ago, it was like a fever pitch and it was like every day. It's sort of like what's going on in the Madeline Soto case right now. There's like every channel doing little bits every day and has each person on every single day. And each day they got Seth, and then they've got, the stepfather on, and blah blah blah, and the next person, and they're on the next channel the next night, and I don't think it helps. I mean, maybe it was a misguided belief that constantly going on these shows would make a bigger profile for Sebastian, but I actually think it detracted from the search for Sebastian. Might have kept his name out there, but it muddied the water so much. All right. Let's get off this. I've done the bit I wanted to do. That's it for me. By the way, I don't have an update. We were talking about a case last night, and his name is Devin O'Brien, and he's from Sandusky, Ohio. And he's the one who murdered that little girl and then dumped her in the backyard. He was due in court, and I was trying to find out whether he actually. Yeah, okay. So here, this is the last update I have for him. I don't believe he did go back to court, but oh, sorry, that chair is super uncomfortable sometimes. They said here, authorities booked O'Brien into the Erie County Jail Friday morning. They confirmed he has been charged with murder, but that's it. That's all I have. They're saying here, what began as a missing person report has turned into a heartbreaking tragedy. Now the Sandusky Police Department are investigating to determine how and why this happened. They said on Thursday night last week, no, the week before, Devin O'Brien called Sandusky police to report a missing child who lived at his home. Officers arrived at the Venice Road property around 9 p.m. and began searching for the girl. Tragically, a short time later, they found the child dead near the property where she lived. She was found out the back under mattresses and old bedding and things like that. They're saying there was an autopsy done. She died as a result of strangulation. There was blunt force trauma and SA, but I don't have any more information. He was supposed to go to court on Thursday. That got cancelled due to having no representation. They pushed it off until a later day for him to get legal counsel, but I don't have a follow-up day. They haven't booked it back into the system, so I'm waiting. Yes, that is a yes. But I didn't want to bug you. I ran out like a month ago, but you've been so sick. I don't want to annoy you. So I just kind of reusing them. Rachel says it's very sad. Yep, that's it. All right, let's move on. I just wanted to bring you that because we were talking about it last night. When I have more on Devon O'Brien, I'll let you know. But so far, he's not gone back to court. Yeah, Sandusky. 8 days ago, 4 days ago. So he appeared in. This is the story. The Findlay. I don't know. The Courier. Yeah, this is a photo of O'Brien here. His name's actually spelt like O'Brien, but sure. They said here the man who allegedly killed the 3-year-old girl last Thursday will remain in jail without bond as he awaits legal counsel and a medical evaluation. Devon S. O'Brien, 29, of the 4000 block of Venice Road, US Road 6, was arrested late Thursday night after he allegedly made a phone call about 9 p.m. to police, reporting that he believed that his girlfriend's daughter and a dog had been taken. He was arrested by Sandusky police a short time later after they found the girl's body. He faces a charge of murder and an unclassified felony. His first appearance in court was initially scheduled for 9 a.m. Monday, but was postponed until the following day. O'Brien's hearing took place over video call, with the visiting judge Gay Harris Miles presiding over the hearing. At the hearing, Harris Miles read O'Brien's charges to him, explained them to him. O'Brien told the judge that he had attempted to fill out the form to request legal counsel on Monday, but needed someone to help him with it because he had a hard time understanding it. And the judge said, "At this time, we can't take a plea from you as you don't have legal counsel." The judge did not set a future date for O'Brien on Tuesday, citing that the date could not be determined until he had an attorney and had undergone a medical evaluation. So it could be a while until we hear a little bit more about this particular case. I've heard nothing about the missing dog. I've heard about the missing kid. They found her, but I haven't heard anything about the animal, whether they found the dog, whether it was actually missing. Nothing. So I can't find a report for it. Nothing else. 5 a.m. in the morning. Reeby does do great thumbnails. Yeah, give Ruby some ideas for our next series of thumbnails. We've done people's towns. We've done different spooky kind of nighttime theming. We've done crime scene and forensic themes. Let us know if you have a theme for the next month. I really did like doing people's towns. That was really cool to see a photo from everyone's town. We did that for like 3 months, and each show we used someone's town as the thumbnail. That was really cool. I like that. All right, let's keep going. It's Saturday night. Let's see what else we have. By the way, in Australia, there's a huge breakthrough in a case down here. I'm going to show it to you actually. So, identity of accused arrested over Easy Street murders revealed. So, this is actually the property here. It didn't look like this back in the 60s, but there was a brutal murder of 2 women down here in Melbourne back in what year was it? 19 way before my time. It's a 47-year-old cold case. So whatever year that was, 40 years. This is the accused here, 1977. So this is Perry Corumbolis. This is him. He actually fled Australia to Greece and he was there for a period of time. Greece has a funny quirk of their laws where any Interpol red notice or any extradition request for a crime or request to hold someone has to be on a warrant which is less than 20 years old. So you have to have had that warrant done in the last 20 years. You can't hold them for like you can't have one from 40 years ago. There's a statute of limitations in Greece saying that the crime can't be older than 20 years. So they had to wait for this man to leave Greece and he headed to Rome in Italy. When they heard that he'd finally left the country of Greece, they nabbed him. Interpol arrested the man over the murders of these 2 women back in 1977 in Melbourne. And from what I read, he fled to Greece in 2017 after police actually contacted him and approached him, asking him to take a DNA sample as part of their investigation into the 47-year-old cold case. They said after that, um, he packed up all his stuff and fled to Greece, like within a couple of weeks, and just took off, left Australia, the place he'd lived for most of his life, and ran away to Greece. Now, I actually found this photo. This photo I had before the media had it. I had it last night, and I can show you where I got it from. He had a Facebook account, and it showed him in Greece speaking Greek and telling his friends that he had a new mobile number in Greece. Yeah. So this is his Facebook account, and this message here, I was able to Google Translate it. And he says, "Hello, Yanoli, my phone number is this. I'm not good at writing. Send yours to that number." So he's telling his friends to don't post on Facebook. Contact him on this number in Greece because he's not very good at typing on the internet. So that's what he was telling his friends. And then I checked out who this was. Charlie Pacific Bathrooms. That is a store in Melbourne. So I was like, okay, this dude is in Greece. His name has the correct spelling. That was in 2016, not long after they said he was supposed to have fled Australia. And all his friends are from Melbourne. I was like, that's the guy. So I had this last night. So there he is sitting in front of a minibus or something. He's trying to look like someone from a 60s diner TV show. Sort of looks like a very weird version of the Fonz. Paddy L said, "Did DNA catch up with him?" Well, not really. Not really. He sort of gave the police everything they needed by fleeing Australia after they asked him for DNA. They didn't even get the DNA. They just asked him for it and he took off to Greece. So the police were like, "Yeah, he's guilty. Why would you run to Greece after we asked you for DNA?" So something else I know too, he was actually caught not long after the murders in the same area, and when police searched his vehicle, they found a knife in his boot, and they think that's possibly the weapon that he used, or at least one of the weapons that were used in the murders. So that is a really old cold case, 47 years old, solved after they were finally able to get him back from Greece. Hold on, I'm just trying to get out of this page. Get out of here. Oh, there we go. So the Easy Street murders were one of the longest running cold cases in Melbourne, almost 50 years old, and no one really ever thought they'd be solved. They thought the victims are Suzanne Armstrong, she was 27, and Susan Barlett, 28. They were found inside their Easy Street home about 3 days after their horrendous killings in January 1977. Both had been stabbed to death, while Miss Armstrong's 16-month-old son was left unharmed. So her son was left there for days uh, in his room, and somehow he survived. Very lucky. Get this though, apparently a family member of one of the women actually was worried that they couldn't get in touch with them, broke into the house I think it was in the kitchen in the back, jumped into the house, couldn't hear anyone in there, decided no one was home, and left a note on the table, and then jumped back out of the window, closed the window, and left, and didn't see that there were two bodies in the front of the home. So that was really, really sad to hear that they he'd actually entered the property but didn't actually see, maybe a good thing that he didn't see his loved ones murdered. So yeah, every criminal has their day. All right, let me tell you a bit more about it. So apparently the accused that you see in the photo was just 17 at the time of the murders and had been pulled over by police with a knife in his boot. A boot is a trunk for you Americans. Just 2 weeks after the woman's death. Yeah. Apparently, when questioned about the weapon found in his car, they said he had found the weapon on Bluestone at nearby railway tracks under a pedestrian overpass near Hoddle Street. And so he tried to bake in some deniability about where that knife came from. So they do believe that might be one of the weapons that were used that day. All right, let me get you the police press conference because it's very interesting. Not often you see almost a 50-year-old cold case in Australia be cracked. So hold on. The AFP did do a press conference. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. Victoria Police did a live here.
Thanks everyone for being here this afternoon. I'm here to provide an update on a significant and long-running investigation. A man has been arrested in Italy as part of a very long-running homicide squad investigation into the murder of two women in their home in Easy Street, Collingwood in 1977. A 65-year-old Australian Greek national was arrested in Rome around 9 p.m. on Thursday evening. He was arrested on a Interpol red notice, and that was because we had warrants out for his arrest for 2 charges of murder and 1 charge of rape. He remains in custody, and we will now work with the authorities in Italy to seek his extradition. We'll be doing that via our Federal Attorney General's office. The arrest follows the murders of 27-year-old Suzanne Armstrong and 28-year-old Susan Bartlett, who were found deceased in their Easy Street home in Collingwood on the 13th of January 1977, nearly 50 years ago. Both women had been stabbed a number of times. At the time their bodies were discovered, Suzanne's 16-month-old son was also located unharmed and well in a cot in the house. The pair had last been seen alive 3 days before on the 10th of January. Over the past 5 decades, this has been a very long-running and intensive investigation that the homicide have led. In January 2017, as a result of further evidence coming to light, we also offered a reward a $1 million reward for the arrest and conviction of people responsible. Anyone with further information, we are actively calling them to call Crime Stoppers as well, or make an online report. The investigation does remain ongoing, however. The Easy Street murders, as they came to be known, have always been a priority for Victoria Police. We have had many police over nearly 50 years committed to this investigation. The homicide have led it, but it's involved specialist police, forensic officers, people who attended the crime scene, right down to constables. So it has been and continues to be a significant investigation that we've sought to solve. This was an investigation that struck at the very heart of the community. 2 women who should have been safe in their own home were brutally murdered. I want to acknowledge, though, also and recognise the enduring resilience of both the Armstrong and the Bartlett families. They've grieved for over nearly 5 decades, waiting for answers. They've missed the joy of watching both Sues grow up, seeing them play, seeing them live their lives out and grow into older people. They've missed them. They continue to miss them. They've been right alongside every single investigator along the journey. And I say every single investigator because it has been a number of investigators. When you think of 50 years of homicide detectives who've been involved, adding to this investigation, trawling through the evidence, looking to rebut things. So that has been quite significant. To the families who were notified this morning by the Detective Senior Sergeant who's been in charge of this investigation since 2015, he made a promise to them. He said, when there's a breakthrough, I will tell you personally. He and his crew went up to country of Victoria this morning where they broke that news to them. That was a promise he'd made, and he fulfilled that promise. He described the families as being emotional, speechless, overwhelmed, but appreciative that they hadn't been forgotten, that over 5 decades, Victoria Police, led by the Homicide Squad, continued to investigate this matter. To be able to deliver that update is an amazing feeling for an investigator, and it's something that he was very proud of being able to do, representing 5 decades of investigators. If anyone believes or believed that cold cases are simply put on the back burner, they're put on a shelf, allowed to gather dust, I think this is testament to the fact we don't forget these matters. We continue to throw resources at them. We continue to investigate them. We're personally involved in them. And my message is simply this: we will continue to investigate all serious crimes, and this is an example of what can be achieved. There is simply no expiry date on crimes that are as brutal as this. I think that's borne out here today. I'm very happy to answer questions in relation to the matter, but once again, and I know I've said it several times, but I do want to re-emphasise it. To think that over nearly 50 years, homicide investigators, specialists, police, forensic police, and numerous other employees within this organisation have made a commitment to solve crimes such as this, a double murder and a rape, and that we've managed to achieve that through the arrest of a 65-year-old male in Italy, I think is an amazing outcome. It is, however, the start of the journey. We do now need to go through an extradition process, and we'll work with the authorities via the Commonwealth Government. I'm happy to answer questions.
It is a good result. Happy to hear that Victorian Police are still working these type of cases, and they have a few. There's a few that they haven't been able to crack. There's been quite a few that I could probably dig up and show you that they need to solve. One would be Mr. Cruel. They ever solve that one, there'll be a party in Melbourne. I would almost guarantee it. there would be parades for them. I almost believe that there would be people in the streets celebrating. But this is a pretty good result. A double homicide and a SA of at least one of them. 50 years that there's probably, unfortunately, they probably lost some of the family. Some of them are probably not around anymore to see a day like today. And but good result. I still can't believe the guy was 17 at the time. It actually goes against some of the methodology that they talk about in some of the USA type profiling books. They often say people who are young like that, around 17, maybe this is their first homicide and SA, they will choose an older target that they know they can overpower. So to take on two younger women who were fairly fit, fairly young, is odd. It's very odd. It's sort of against some of the known theories and profiling and that type of thing. They often say that if this was their first murder and that they would have chosen an older woman because she could be more easily overpowered than a young fit lady who might be able to fight you off. And that is interesting. I'd like to know more about that. But did someone already guess the package? No, no one has successfully guessed the package yet. No one has guessed what is in the magical roller here, the roll. No one has guessed what is this. But a good result, hey? Another cold case, and I'm guessing there's probably some DNA work that they want to complete when he gets back to Melbourne. So he can't be charged with the murder until he gets to Australian soil. And I think he has to be extradited first once he lands in Australia, probably Melbourne. He can then be charged with probably 2 counts of murder, 1 count of R-word, and maybe some other things. But they have to wait for him to be extradited. Now, from what I understand, this extradition process could actually take a significant amount of time. Apparently, extradition from Italy is not easy, and it could be a month, it could be 6 months, it could be 5 years. I've heard it can be like it just depends, and we'll have to see. But they're saying it could be a significant period of time. Let me see. There was an update for it. Let me grab here.
Year-old dual citizen of Australia and Greece remains in custody in Italy after he was arrested in Rome this week over the infamous Easy Street murders in Melbourne nearly 50 years ago.
Homicide Squad detectives are now working to extradite the man to Victoria, but legal experts are warning the process could take years. Donald Rothwell is a professor of international law at the Australian National University's College of Law, and he joins us now. Don, thanks for being with us. A case of great fascination, of course, through 47 years now, and the suspect has made a judgment call, perhaps in his case a mistake in deciding to travel from Greece to Italy. At least that's the police version, tripping an Interpol movement alert. What needs to happen now for extradition to be completed?
Most importantly, Greg, the suspect has been detained by the Italian authorities. They've done so in reliance on, as you said, an Interpol red notice. So the onus now falls upon Victorian police, who've obviously had an arrest warrant out for this individual, which was the trigger for the Interpol red notice. They'll then need to formally seek from the Commonwealth Government an international arrest warrant by way of an extradition request directly to Italy. That will be received in Italy, and then we'll see legal processes before the Italian courts.
And I suppose precedent as to the length of these processes would vary from case to case, but what can you tell us about the practice of extradition between Australia and Italy in recent years?
Greg, it always comes down to whether or not the accused person seeks to consent to extradition, in which case they could possibly be returned to face trial in Melbourne fairly shortly. But let's face it, in the majority of cases, most people contest extradition, and that can then see their process go before courts, in this case the Italian courts, and possibly go up various levels of appeal within the Italian court system, depending on the strengths or weaknesses of their appellate argument. So it's really very difficult at this very preliminary stage to give any sort of sense as to how long this process could arise if the matter ended up before the Italian courts, because there were appeals and challenges to the extradition.
How dependent are we on the particularities of Italian law surrounding the sorts of charges we're talking about here? That is to say, Don, are there statutes of limitations in that country that could be brought into the argument?
Well, the basic framework is, of course, the extradition treaty, which Australia has with Italy. So that's reassuring. But yes, there can be some particular issues that can be raised in terms of Italian extradition law. The possibility of a statute of limitations being relevant in the case of an historical crime like this is certainly a live issue. But the fact that the Italian police have detained this individual on the basis of the Interpol arrest notice, I think should give some reassurance to that. There are always a series of technical issues that arise with respect to extradition matters, such as double criminality, whether or not there's a political offence in play. But on the basis of the information that I have, I'm doubtful whether they would be significant impediments to extradition arising in this instance.
So there you heard a little bit about the legal process that could play out now that he's in custody in Italy, and how long it might take for him to get back to Melbourne to face trial. I think the sooner the better for all involved. Hopefully that'll happen in the next little while. If he was a smart man, you'd be better off in an Australian prison than you would in an Italian jail. I've heard Italy jails are not very nice, and I've heard the Australian ones are a bit more plush than some of the ones in Europe. So I would like to. You might want to come back quicker. Yeah, there was a dude in the police interview that kept putting his camera up, and then they switched to a different angle. That's their media room. So that's the Victorian Police's media room, and I think that's the one in St Kilda at headquarters. And they have this giant room made up where they do press announcements for certain cases or media releases. It's a really great facility, and they do that a lot for. They even do like sometimes I'll do like pre-recorded type pleas for certain things, and I'll do them there. Kathy says, so does Greece not allow extradition? No, Greece had a statute of limitation where the crime couldn't be older than 20 years old. This crime was 47 years ago. So they were unable to use the Greece's legal system to compel him to or arrest him and then bring him home. They had to wait for him to mess up and leave the border of Greece. So he left to go to Italy, and as soon as he crossed the border, it triggered an Interpol movement alert, and then they asked the Italian authorities to hold him on an extradition request to Melbourne for double homicide. So there you go. Brenda says, just got here. Did I miss much? Nah, we've only been on about 2 minutes. We just started. You'll be able to catch up in no time. All right, fine. I think people are getting a little restless. Should we do what is in the tube before I do my next story? Let's do that. So, does anyone have any last minute guesses to what is in the tube? I'll give you a couple minutes. I'll play the sound again. Do you know what is in the tube? Let me know. Let Ping know. No, I didn't. No, I didn't purchase any panda dogs. No panda dogs. Who's it for? I don't know. No one really. For me, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I'm just seeing if we got any shampoo. I don't think it's shampoo. I have shampoo. I have really nice shampoo. I get my shampoo from the hairdresser. So a scratchy thing for Rory and Muffin. No. A recorder. I don't know about that. A kaleidoscope. No, it's not that. All right, I'm gonna do a countdown. Any last ones? Candy. It's not candy. You're close though. Something for the wall or desk. No, it's something edible. It's something edible. I'll give you one clue. It's something edible. What's in the tube? What's in the box? It is not the head of my girlfriend, like in the movie 7. Chocolate? It's not chocolate. Rocky Road. No, it's not Rocky Road. A pineapple. No, I keep my pineapple somewhere else. All right, I'm going to do a countdown from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me see. A pecan log. No, we don't have them here. Nuts. No, it's not that. Toblerone bar. A Toblerone bar. No. Mrs. Ping's favorite treat. Nope. Nuts. No. Chips or crackers. No. Licorice. No. Salami. That's not where I keep my salami either. All right. All right. Now I'm going to show you what it is. I'm going to show you what it is. Okay. Here we go. Oh, you're very close, but you're out of time, my friend. Hold on. Oh, does it go that way? It is Oreo's Coca-Cola flavor. Oreo Coca-Cola flavor. What the hell? I was at the shops the other night and I walked past this stand of these things and it said Oreo Coca-Cola. And I was like, the hell wants that product? And I was like, no, I do. I'm going to buy it for the show and I'm going to show my people. I'm going to be like, I'm going to show them that we have weird Oreos down here that are Oreo Coca-Cola flavor. Yeah, right? Oreo Coca-Cola flavor. Let's see. They're weird looking too. Let's open it. Doesn't want to open that easily. Oh, there we go. Oh, weird. I shouldn't have opened it. They're probably a collector's item. Okay. So they got like little Coke bottles on it. Look. My nails are probably disgusting. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Do I have... Yeah. No, that doesn't work either. There. Ah. Yeah, there you go. You can sort of see it. And my terrible nails. There you go. Coca-Cola bottles on the outside. Damn it. Try some? Alright. Oh my god, it's so fucking terrible. No, it's not too bad. It's not too bad, but it's pretty bad. It's weird. That's weird. You get like the Oreo cocoa taste, and you get like a cola taste over the top. It's really bizarre. It's weird. Hang on, I'm gonna mute my mic so I can eat this. Otherwise, people are gonna think it's an AMSR channel. All right. It leaves a freaking awful taste in your mouth. I got like cocoa and like off cola taste in my mouth. It's terrible. Toddlers put Oreos in soda. Ugh. Do they have these in in America? Is this a product that you guys have in the States? Oreo Coca-Cola? Don't do the milk with them? Yeah, I don't think they would taste good. They have them in America. Oh, okay. These I've never seen these before down here. Coca-Cola flavored Oreos. I mean, they're pretty. I mean, the little photo on it is quite pretty. Like with the Coke bottles and that. Oh, hold on. What's the cream taste like? Just tastes like No, it just tastes like Oreo cream. I mean, the cream's pretty good. I mean, who doesn't like Oreo cream? It's the best thing ever. But the actual cookie tastes like it tastes like that spicy kind of um have you ever had Italian cola, like Cicolata or what do they call it, or Cicola? That Italian cola that comes in like the little tiny bottles, or Mexican cola. Who's ever had Mexican cola that has the spice in it, like the root the root spice in it? It sort of tastes like that. The cream sort of tastes the same. A jar of whale blubber? Okay. I'm not trying that on my live stream. You have to untwist them and eat them. I just had some of the cream. It has a real strong cola flavor. I mean, what else would I expect? But there is a bit of cola flavor in the cream. The cream's okay. The biscuit, it's got this real strong, yeah, like almost like Mexican cola. Is it Gorendo's? Is that the one that does they do the glass bottle and you can get guava and lime and things like that. But they do a cola too, and it has like that root spice Mexican cola. That's sort of what it tastes like to me. What about those waxed candy little Coke bottles with liquid inside? I've never seen those. I like Coke bottles, like the little sour lollies. They're nice. Yeah, I'll pass on the whale blubber. Make like a cheesecake? Yeah, I love cheesecake. It's used for sustenance, right? They use it as a way to keep fat, basically. They use it for cooking and things like that. I thought it was used for like keeping because it's so cold, you have to keep some fat on you because otherwise you'll freeze to death. So like they often don't they eat it? Yeah, they use it in cooking and they fry it and do things with it. But it's so that they can maintain high calorie diets because up there it's so cold. If you're a thin person, you'll suffer. You gotta have a good amount of fat on you up there. Eat a good amount of protein, eat a good amount of calories. You don't, you will suffer living up there. Vicky says she should win. She was sort of close with candy. I think someone said biscuits, but biscuits are cookies. But you think Vicky should win? I mean, that's so weird. It tastes like a Coke bottle in a biscuit. Yeah. Love ginger beer, but it's a bit strong for some. I like ginger ale. I don't like ginger beer. I like ginger ale though. Yeah, how is it that no one guessed Oreos like in a tube shape like that? I thought someone would have got it ages ago. Yeah, Angela said biscuits, but she got it after I gave the clue and after I did the countdown. I don't know. Look, would I buy these again? No. I did it as a bit of a joke for the channel, but I would never ever do it again. I would never buy these again. I'd rather have the double stuff originals. They're so good. Or the birthday cake ones. They're pretty good too. All right, hold on. I'm gonna eat the rest of this. I'm gonna mute it so you guys can't hear it, and I'm gonna get a drink. Hold on. All right, because people got close, I'm going to give away some membership. It's not working for some reason. Hold on. I'm just trying to see if I can get it to load. I'm in my own channel. I'm actually on another page in my own channel, but it's just spinning. Come on. Maybe if no, that won't work. Yeah, it's just giving me like the little circle that goes around and around and around. Why are you doing this? All right, let me try again. Because I want to give some away anyway. We get a whole bunch to give away. Come on. Load. It just loads so slow when we're in. Maybe I got too many tabs open. Hold on. Let me get out of all these. Maybe that'll help. All right. Go here. No? Guys, as soon as it pops up and it'll do it, I will give them away. But right now, come on. Yeah, it's not working. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it'll pop up eventually. I'm just going to let it sit there and spin. Hopefully it'll eventually load. It's not giving me any errors. It's just not loading the gifting thing. Watch out for dead air. Nah, I don't really care. People can, pick a swear word. All right, hold on. Let's go. Let's watch something else while I try fix this. Let's go here. We got that one. All right. All right, let's go to Detroit. Let's go to Detroit. I like Detroit. Apparently, 4 people have been charged in connection with a woman's body found in a Detroit alley. Here, I'm going to show this to you if I can get it on the screen, and I'm going to turn the camera back on. All right, there we go. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's still spinning on the other page. What the hell? Yeah, let me get out of that and come back. All right, go back here. Membership gifting. It's so weird. It did it last time. We were able to do it. And this time it's been weird. Okay, yeah. Oh, that's not the right story. Ping, you have to play the correct stories. Yeah. 4 charged after a woman's body found in Detroit alley and her car burned. Prosecutors say car burned after deadly shooting in Dearborn. 4 people have been charged in connection to a murder after a woman was found dead in a Detroit alley and a car was burned and abandoned. Prosecutors said Dearborn police were called to the scene of an attempted auto theft with shots fired at 3:40 a.m. on Sunday, September 8th. in the 5400 block of Argyle Street in Dearborn. Dearborn or Dearborn? You'll have to tell me. They said Mohammed Ahmed, Ali Ahmed, both of Dearborn, opened fire at a vehicle driven by someone they believe was trying to steal a vehicle from their property, according to prosecutors. The driver of the vehicle, Shahid Mohammed, was shot and injured. A passenger identified as Paige Knox was shot and killed. A third passenger called Ebony Pug was not injured. The police said that after fleeing the scene of the shooting, Shahid went to an alley in the 15,000 block of Grand River in Detroit, where he and Pug disposed of Knox's body. The burned remnants of the vehicle were found in the 15,000 block of Ellsworth in Detroit. They said Muhammad Ali and Shahid and Ebony were arrested on Thursday, September 19th. 2024. I'm just trying to see if we can find anything else. Yeah, Fox 2 Detroit. Let's head over here. I want to see some photos if they got it. So this is the woman who died here. This is Paige Marie Knox. She's the one who was shot and killed in this carjacking, not real carjacking type thing. And let me see. Why aren't you loading? I don't know why our membership thing hates us. I might have to log all the way out and do it at the end of the show. I'll try again when we get to the end. They're saying here the suspects were arraigned on September 21st with bonds set at $250,000 for Muhammad and Pug. I'm going to call it Pug. The Ahmed brothers were being held without bond. All four were scheduled to appear in court for a probable cause conference on October 2nd. A GoFundMe has been started for Paige, who leaves behind 2 children. Let's have a look. Maybe they have some better photos of her. No, they just have, here's her 2 kiddies. There's her 2 children, unfortunately. The community is not helping. 130 USD raised only. That is extremely sad. They said Paige Knox was tragically taken from us and leaving behind 2 children, a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old. They said for support of my sister Paige funeral and memorial, also to help her kids through hard times. If you'd like to support any way you can, we appreciate it. But why was she there? Is there any reason? Hold on, let's read this again. They said the incident occurred in the early hour mornings of September 8th when police responded to a report of attempted auto theft on the 5400 block of Argyle Street. Muhammad Ahmed and Ali Ahmed, both from Dearborn, allegedly fired multiple rounds at a vehicle they suspected was involved in the theft. Shahid Mohammed, the driver of the vehicle, was wounded, but a passenger, Paige Marie Knox, suffered a fatal gunshot wound. Further investigation led to the discovery of Knox's body in an alley on Grand River Avenue in Detroit, where police believe Shahid and another passenger, Ebony, attempted to conceal her death. So were they carjacking at the time? Because otherwise, if this was a carjacking and you shot and killed the carjackers, I don't think you'd be going to jail for murder, right? Or even manslaughter. They would. Does Detroit have stand your ground or castle doctrine? Let's have a look. In Detroit though, Michigan. So Michigan's castle doctrine of self-defense provides that under certain circumstances, you may legally use both deadly and non-deadly force against an intruder. But would that apply in a carjacking where you're not in a vulnerable situation? If you're being threatened, if someone tries to come into your house, then I mean, what are you supposed to do? It doesn't say whether these people were actually carjacking or not. Or they just decided to shoot at a car for, like, no reason. Alright, let me see if I can find anything on the Muhammad brothers or the Ali brothers. So 4 men arraigned attempted car theft. It's very odd. See, 4 men were arraigned on Saturday in connection with a fatal Dearborn fatal shooting and attempted car theft. They said the residents Muhammad Ahmed and Ali Ahmed allegedly fired multiple rounds at a car on September 8 because they believed the driver was trying to steal it from their property. But it doesn't say, was it actually from their property or they got it wrong? I'm just trying to see here. If that was the case, if this if this is a carjacking, it sort of makes sense. Because why did the people in the car go and dump the vehicle and torch it and then dump that woman's body in an alley? If this was all a tragic mistake, then they would have just stayed there until emergency services arrived, right? They wouldn't run away and dump the car and dump the passenger. So it was a carjacking? Then why did those people get charged with anything? Maybe because a carjacking is not, like, viable in a self-defense? Muhammad and Pug were both charged with concealing a death, third-degree arson, and an attempt to unlawfully drive away an automobile. Okay, so it was a carjacking? Okay. Or a car break-in or whatever. Muhammad and Ali were both charged with second-degree murder, manslaughter, and using a firearm to commit a felony. This is very strange. I've never seen something like this where someone was trying to protect their property and then got charged with murder. Very, very odd. They were killed trying to take her vehicle. Yeah. Let me see. Paige died because they tried to take her vehicle. Is that what it says? I thought it says it was my... Oh, I get it. Sorry. I was like, what? How does this all work? Because they believed the driver was trying to steal it from their property. Yeah, it's very confusing with all these people. So you've got the 2 brothers, and then you've got Shahid Mohammed. He was trying to drive the car away. The gunfire also fatally wounded an uninvolved passenger in the car. Okay, so it was a carjacking, and then these other people tried to help their neighbor, and then shot and killed. I don't know. What a mess of a situation. Let me try and look up more about Paige. Paige Marie Knox. Maybe we'll find more if we do that. They even put up a obituary for her. Oh, no, they didn't. They just said there's a page for her. Here, 4 men charged in death of woman. Let's go here. Maybe this will tell us more about it. Because that's confusing. Come on, play the video. Come on, CBS. No, that's a funeral for a cop. 4 men are charged in the death of a woman. No, that's not what we want. Give me a second, guys. I want to find out more about... If we can see, I want to see the scene of it. No, that's not going to give it to us. I thought this was going to be a straightforward story. It is not. Where are the other 2 guys? Shahid, Mohammed. Alright. Sorry, I'm just trying to find a video that'll actually show us the scene. Give me 1 minute. Because it's sort of confusing when you're just reading it. Doesn't... No, I can't find anything about, like, the actual area or, like, a news thing on the street. It just says 4 men arraigned after the fatal shooting, attempted car theft. So the 4 men were arraigned on Saturday in connection with a fatal shooting and attempted car theft, so I guess that's just what it is. Muhammad entered an alley in the 15,000 block of Grand River Avenue in Detroit after fleeing the scene and allegedly disposed of Knox's body with Pugh. Is that her name, Pugh? According to the release, police later found burn remnants of the suspect car on the 15,000 block of Ellsworth Drive in Detroit. The police chief said, "It's a terrible tragedy for all involved. While gun ownership is a protected right, it comes with great responsibility. I extend my sincere condolences to the family and friends of the deceased." The Wayne County prosecutor, Kim Worthy, said, "It's a shake your head moment. This is a very sad confluence of events. In Michigan, you cannot use deadly force to protect your car. As a result of the actions of these defendants, a young woman was shot and killed. She was an occupant of the car of the would-be car thieves and was not engaged in any criminal activity." She was an occupant of the car of would-be car thieves. Wow, what a weird situation. So it was her car. They tried to steal it from her. And then some randos that live nearby decided to fire into the vehicle. Weird. I don't know what I would do, but probably not that. They said the police department did not state in the release if there is any relation between Muhammad Ahmed and Ali Ahmed. Actually, I read that they're brothers, but anyway. A Dearborn police media representative did not immediately respond to a Detroit news inquiry on the subject. Muhammad and Pugh were both charged with concealing a death, third-degree arson, and an attempt to unlawfully drive away an automobile. Yeah, that's very interesting because that's what I was wondering. If you could fire into a vehicle if it was being stolen, but apparently not in Detroit. It says the prosecuting office says you can't do that. That's very interesting that it doesn't fall under like castle doctrine, like protecting property or something. It does not. Like they said in the statement, in Michigan, you cannot use deadly force to protect your car. As a result of the actions of these defendants, a young woman was shot and killed. She was an occupant of the car of the would-be car thieves and was not engaged in any criminal activity. What a roundabout case that is. Pugh? No, we're going to pronounce it wrong because she's a criminal. Brenda says it's getting closer to the Mushroom Lady trial. What? It's getting closer for the Mushroom Lady to go to trial. No, we're still about 6 months away. No, wait, longer. 7 months. We're still about 7 months away from going to trial. Has anything changed? No. We're waiting. Kathy Lynch says, why can't you use force to stop carjackings? Michigan, apparently. I thought you for sure could. She was a passenger in her own car and then that was being carjacked, right? Yeah, I get it. But so who were these other people? Just neighbors? And they saw it happening and they were like, let's help our neighbor. And they fired into the vehicle? It's very odd. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Angela says it's confusing. I thought car theft by the guys, but no, it's one man, two women in the car, and the men shot the car. Yeah, that's right. So there was. Hold on, we'll go back to the names. Let me go back to the original article. Yeah, there was two. So Paige Marie Knox, she was in the vehicle. Then there was the man, and he is. Sorry, I don't have his. Oh, that's not the original article. Hold on. Okay, here. So there was Paige Marie Knox. She was in the vehicle. Then there was Ebony. How do you pronounce that last name again? How did Pugh? We pronounce it like pew in a church. Okay, so Ebony Pugh, like in a church. She was in the car as well. And then there was the man. What's his name? His name is Shahid Mohammed. and he was in the vehicle too, driving away. The bullet struck the 28-year-old driver, that's Shahid Mohammed, as he drove away. Police said the gunfire also fatally wounded an uninvolved passenger in the car, that's Paige Marie Knox. And then there was Ebony Aaron Pugh, a 24-year-old, riding as a passenger, was unharmed. This is so confusing. We need like a diagram. They said then Muhammad entered an alley on the 15,000 block of Grand River Avenue in Detroit after fleeing the scene, allegedly disposing of Knox's body. Jeez, what the hell? Ah, jeez, just what the hell? What a weird situation. I hate to be the cop that tried to sort this out. So they were charged. So the two brothers end up being charged with so the ones that were in the car, Muhammad and Pugh, they were bonded at $250,000. Muhammad and Ali Ahmed are remanded without any bond for their involvement in the case. Then a probable cause hearing is scheduled for October 2nd. And they're still waiting for more documents, they're saying on here. What? What? I don't know what I'm looking at. Reby, what are you talking about, my sweet friend? I have no idea who this is. Reby just sent me an email. Francis Glessner Lee? You guys confuse me. Okay, what is this? You guys have to tell me what Glessner Lee is. Yeah, I think we need a diagram. I have no idea what it even is, my friend. Is it a these look very old, like from the 50s or something. No, earlier than that. 1880s or something like that. No, it could be the 50s. I don't know. Reby, what is it? What did you send me? Who is Francis Glessner Lee? Let me Google it. She was an American forensic scientist. She was influential in developing the science of forensics. She created the nutshell studies of unexplained death, 20 true crime scene I've heard of this person before. I don't know why I've heard of this, but I've heard of the diagrams before. It's something like must have watched something on like early forensics or something, and then they showed these photos of the diagram she made, and it was to explain how to read crime scenes, right? It was like, how can you get forensic information from a crime scene, and then how to read what might have happened just by looking at the crime scene. Yeah, I do remember these. Yeah, I do remember those. Yeah, I must have watched a documentary about it. It's a long time ago. It's like a very faint memory. Kathy says, what if I was in the car when they tried to carjacking? Could I use a weapon? Yes, I think you could, because then your life is in danger. Because they might have a weapon and they're carjacking you. So therefore you're in mortal danger. I think you could kill them. But those guys were uninvolved. They were not in the vehicle. They might have been in a property near when it was happening, and they decided to take it upon themselves to fire into the vehicle. You're not covered under that because you're in no way in any danger. Like, if someone takes your vehicle, they take your vehicle, or if they take your neighbor's car, oh well, it's a car. If it has a person in it, well, that's pretty scary, but you probably should call 911 and maybe they can get them. But I think it's only if you're in direct physical danger. Show the chat the photos. Okay. Wait, I'll do it a different way because I think it's easier. I can show people the photos from a different place. I don't think downloading them all is a clever idea. Here, you guys can... Oh, that's great, ping. Oh, there we go. They're really tiny, look.
Hi, my name's Nora Atkinson. I'm a curator at the Renwick Gallery of the Smithsonian American Art Museum. I'm excited to talk to you today about our new exhibition, Murder is Her Hobby, Frances Glessner Lee and the Nutshell Studies of Unexplained Death. For this exhibition, we're bringing together the 19 surviving examples of dioramas of true crime scenes known as the Nutshell Studies of Unexplained Death. They were constructed in the 1940s and 50s by a woman named Frances Glessner Lee to train homicide investigators.
It's got music in the background, so I can't play it. I'm probably going to get in trouble for it, but you guys can see the photos. You can't hear the explanation, though. Very interesting. Guess this is sort of the way it used to work. We made things to demonstrate, like how to teach people things. What was that? The 14th seminar in homicide investigation. The 14th. Not the 182nd. The 14th. Oh, that's interesting. Hey, let's pause this one. So if it's this crime scene, if you just looked at that, like, how did she die? And it looks like she was cooking. She, it's hard to know. Did she get whacked with an iron? I don't know. I haven't seen this one, but they're pretty cool. And then you got this part of the scene. What's there? Potatoes, and she's doing something. I don't know. You guys might have to tell me. There's a different one with like papers all over the floor, an old telephone, a Newsweek. Oh, look, cigarettes. There's a bathroom. Oh my god, look how cute it is. Look at that tiny little sink. It's like dollhouse furniture. Oh wow, like a little 4-pack. Very well done. Oh, is that a girl in a tub? Yep. Somehow she fell into the tub. Is that cyanide maybe or something in the bottle? Yeah, very interesting. So I don't know if they're still there. When was this? The October 2017 at the Renwick Gallery. If you've got a time machine, you may be able to go back and you may be able to go see it at the Renwick Gallery, 20th of October 2017. I don't know if you can go back there anymore. Uh-huh. She was hidden the sauce, was she? Angela says it looks like my dollhouse when I was little. What link? I can put a link to like her work. Hold on. To name Frances Glessner Lee. Let me see, galleries. There might be one in the National Library of Medicine. Yeah. Here's one link to a government website. The National Libraries. Here you go. Right now, I don't know. I think they travel for shows, which is obviously what it's saying here. They had a exhibition called "Murder is Her Hobby." Let me see if they're still showing it. Let's see. Glessner House. It looks like no. It looks like that ended January 28th, 2018. Where they are now, I have no idea. You might have to go to Glessner House, wherever that is. Let's see. Let's see about. It'd be great if you just told us your location. Hold on, Glessner House. So Glessner House is Chicago, Illinois, Prairie Avenue, located in 1800 South Prairie Avenue, Chicago, Illinois. So if you want to go see it, they might be there. If they're not on tour somewhere, like the little diagrams, if they're not on tour, they might be there. I'm just trying to see if is that the right one? I have no idea. That's what it gave me when I looked it up. Maybe Reby knows. Yeah. Well, you tell them then. You tell them. Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm trying to help you. No, I don't know. Ask Reby. Ask Reby where they are. Law and Disorder. They're in Baltimore right now. Okay. There you go. Ask Kathy or Reby, because I don't freaking know. But if Reby wants to tell you more about it, she can. But very interesting. Very interesting. Very cool. If that's like the way they taught like original forensic studies and how to read crime scenes and things, it's pretty awesome. It's funny how we used to do things like that. Like we didn't have computers to show people like CGI or like that, like animation rendering or something. So we literally had to make stuff, or if it happened, they would just take photos and they'd be like, this is what we've seen in the past. This is what we did and how we saw things. And they learnt that way, which we probably still do today as well. Just give me 1 second. I just want to have a look here. Shot and injured. I just wanted to see if there was anyone covering that story we were doing. Nope. No, I can't find anything. That's really annoying. Sorry, I don't mean to have dead air. I'm just trying to see if I can find this. Where is it? Here. I don't know why when I typed her name in, Paige Knox, I got The Murder of Meredith Kircher, which is Amanda Knox, not the right Knox. That's a different one. 4 arraigned in deadly shooting. No, we've already done that. Have I done every single link for it? Apparently, I might have done every news link that's around. Okay. Sorry, guys. There really isn't much more about that carjacking. I wish there was. Okay, well, if you want to make like a segment or something, I will share it. She died in January 1962. Well, okay. It's interesting. Nowhere here? Ask Reby where it is. See what Google said about dollhouses? Sorry, I'm trying to find what you're talking about. Ping Patty L suggested having Ruby on as a guest. Yeah, I said if she wants to do one at some point, yeah, we could do that. If she wants to like sort out her research and put it into little segments, she can come on and talk about it. She can do that if she wants to. I just wanted to find out more information about here. So she was born 1878 and died 1962. If she was pretty young when she started, well, she wasn't that young when she started it. That's really early into some of the ways they look at crimes now were like 1901, 1910, 1918. So when they started to really look at forensic evidence, and I mean, I know they were doing it before that, but they were really starting to look at like minute details in crime scenes and how to like find people. Never seen it advertised. Well, that's because it's in Baltimore, not Chicago. Ping got it wrong. I was trying to find out where it is now, but someone said in Baltimore. They said here. They said a New England socialite and heiress dedicated her life to the advancement of forensic medicine and scientific crime detection. The seeds of her interest began when her brother's college classmate George Burgess McGrath, 1870 to 1938, vacation with the Glessner family at their summer home in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. McGrath, then a medical student, went on to teach legal medicine at Harvard and to become the chief medical examiner of Suffolk County in Boston. In 1931, Mrs. Lee helped establish the Department of Legal Medicine at Harvard, the only such program then in existence in North America. From that time on, she became a tireless advocate for forensic science. In 1934, she presented the department with a collection of books and manuscripts, which became the McGrath Library of Legal Medicine. In 1936, endowed the department with a gift of $250,000. Well, it says adjusted for inflation, the equivalent of $3.3 million in 2005. That is a hell of a gift. In 1943, Mrs. Lee was appointed captain in the New Hampshire State Police, the first woman in the United States to hold such a position. Weird. There you go. Wait, is that what it said? Yeah. Here, Glessner House Museum, Chicago, Illinois. So I was right. Yeah, Ping's not wrong. Something about Chicago, Illinois. There you go. There's a little photo of her making the little dioramas. In her 50s. Wow. It shows you're never too late to do something. Hey, Glitter. How you feeling? The dollhouses themselves are located at the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Baltimore, Maryland. So if you want to go see them, you're going to have to somehow annoy the Chief Medical Examiner in Baltimore, Maryland. Yeah, well, when Reeby's ready, she can come in and talk about it. When she's finished her research or putting them into episodes or whatever, she can tell me, and we'll book her. We'll book her for a day, like she's famous. We'll book her, and we'll get her rider. We'll see what her rider says. She probably wants all green M&Ms in a bowl, like 4 bottles of spring water, and I don't know, something else, like 20 cigars or something. Faking it till I make it? Okay. I don't know if that's a good reply or a bad reply. Okay, one more story, then we're going to get out of here because we went way off topic for about 50 minutes. All right, let's go here. We're going to go to Texas because, I mean, why not?
New at 6, an arrest has been made in the murder case of a UIW cadet who was killed while driving on a local highway last year. The mother of Joseph Banales is reacting to the overnight arrest. Police say Banales was shot and killed in April of 2023 by another driver along I-35 in Selma. KENS 5 reporter Mike Jimenez sat down with Joseph's mother, Frances.
It's been more than a year since Army Cadet Joseph Banales was shot and killed along Highway 35 in Selma. Police say on the night of April 15th, Banales was on his way home from a ball when his car was found crashed into a concrete barrier. Authorities say he was shot in the head. Since that day, Joseph's mother, Frances Sabo, has been living a nightmare.
17 months of agony. A lot of unanswered questions.
Police say the night of the crash, 29-year-old Jacob Serna and his wife stopped and told police they saw the crash and felt compelled to stop. Selma police say dash cam video shows Serna standing over Banales' body. Serna's wife told police she saw a blue sports car similar in color to theirs drive up next to Banales, and when he tried to merge, Banales lost control and crashed. Selma police say they interviewed Jacob Serna and his wife several times, and their stories kept changing. Police say after a third interview with Serna's wife, she admitted while she and Jacob were driving, Banales almost struck their car, making Jacob irate, leading him to shoot Banales.
They took a beautiful person out of this world, someone that was loved by many. And they changed the trajectory of so many different lives because of the one act.
Police say Serna admitted to having a gun the night of the crash, but said he pawned it. When it was recovered, police say testing shows it had similar characteristics to the round recovered from Banales. Serna was arrested and booked into the Bexar County Jail, facing a charge of murder. He was given a $100,000 bond.
We just pray that moving forward, that they are held accountable for their actions, because that's what life is all about, right? Every action has a consequence.
Sabo says the arrest is bittersweet and brought back feelings of losing Joseph all over again. Tonight, she sends this message to Serna.
Joseph's life meant something, and he was special and so very loved.
Mike Jimenez.
I love you.
KENS 5.
I love you.
See what happens when I turn off my ad blocker. Yeah, only 100K. What a horrible story. You can feel the pain in that mum's voice, but here's one of the other links. Jacob Daniel Cerner, 29, charged with murder, initially interviewed as a witness along with his then wife. What's with those ugly haircuts, man? Stop doing that. Don't look cool. Selma police have made an arrest overnight in connection with the murder of a University of the Incarnate World nursing student, Joseph Banales. What? That is a weird... What is the University of the Incarnate World? What is that? Oh, it's a Catholic, like a... Oh, wow. I've never heard of a Catholic university. I've heard of a Catholic, like, high school, but I've never heard of a Catholic university. So it's a Catholic university. He was going to, like, a Catholic uni, and he was a nursing student, Joseph Banales. They say the Selma police chief identified the suspect as Jacob Daniel Cerner, 29, who along with his wife were initially interviewed as witnesses, according to an arrest warrant obtained by KSAT. They're saying, oh, video of the suspect. We'll do that in a minute. They say the victim was found dead after crashing his vehicle along I-35 in Selma near the Forum around 11:45 p.m. April 15, 2023. His family believed he was the victim of a road rage incident. The Bexar County Sheriff, the Bexar County Medical Examiner's Office determined his cause of death resulted from a gunshot wound to the head. Wow. So they shot him, and then he kept on either driving or put his foot on the accelerator and then crashed the vehicle. The arrest warrant affidavit said that eyewitnesses reported that before he crashed, he attempted to merge into another lane and almost struck a vehicle. The vehicle was described as dark blue or black sports car with a loud exhaust system. The sports car slowed down and then sped up along the driver's side of the vehicle before continuing north on I-35 at a high rate of speed. Immediately after this, the victim's car swerved into a neighboring lane, striking the concrete median strip, according to the affidavit. It was found that the victim was talking on his cell phone with his girlfriend, who also reportedly heard the loud exhaust and then the subsequent crashing of the vehicle. A single bullet was recovered from his autopsy, which after analysis was revealed to be from a 38 caliber firearm. Throughout the year-long investigation, several witnesses were interviewed. Investigators identified a husband and wife who claimed to have seen the accident and turned around. Officers followed up with them, who were near a 2018 blue Ford Mustang. Oh, is that the blue sports car? Cerna's wife said she witnessed a blue sports car driving beside the victim's vehicle. She then saw him try to merge into the lane but swerved and crashed. The wife suggested they turn around and check on him. When asked by Selma police what he witnessed, he said he didn't see anything, indicating his wife witnessed everything. Okay. Search warrants and court orders were executed for cellular towers, coal communications, and geofences. One day we'll do a show on geofences, and I'll do a breakdown of how that works. Investigators used the system to locate drivers who could have been driving a blue sports car in the area. License plate readers in the area only located the suspect's blue Mustang, according to the affidavit. Google activity for Cerna was also reportedly pinged in the area where the shooting happened. On July 23, 2024, Texas Rangers and the Selma police officers interviewed Cerna's wife again. The wife said she and Cerna, who were at this point now separated, had been at the movies on the night of April 15. Afterwards, she said they began driving north on I-35. The wife said they saw the suspected sports car approaching them near the initial crash. She said Cerna tried to speed up to get a better look at the vehicle, but it was driving too fast before the crash. Investigators interviewed her her ex-partner 3 days later. Again, Cerna claimed he did not witness what happened. After investigators described what his wife had told them prior, he reportedly changed his statement to align with hers. Busted. Busted. You change your statement, the cops know they have you. He then gave investigators vague answers, seemingly leaving out information that his wife confirmed he knew. During the interview, Cerna revealed to investigators that he had owned a Heckler and a Koch 9mm pistol, but it was pawned. He also told investigators it was located in his glove box. After using his name to search pawn records, investigators located the pistol and submitted it for testing at the Bexar County Crime Lab. On August 14, 2024, the weapon was said to have similar characteristics to the round recovered during the autopsy, but additional testing was needed. On September 19, 2024, the Texas Rangers and Selma police interviewed his ex-wife again. Investigators said she provided a third version of a recount of the event, saying that their blue Mustang was the vehicle that the victim nearly struck. The wife said that Cerna became irate, pulled the firearm from the glove box, and loaded the weapon in front of her. She said he then pointed the gun at the victim and it just went off and it scared me. The wife told investigators she made him turn around and go back to see what happened. What do you mean, go back and see what happened? You shot a dude. What do you mean? You shot him. What do you think happens after that? People just, wipe it off and go, get shot every day. It happens every day in traffic. No, you killed the guy and you're a freaking witness and a accomplice because you tried to cover up his involvement. That makes you an accessory during and after the fact. So I'm surprised they didn't charge her, but they probably need her as a state witness. Jacob Daniel Cerner, 29. 29 pissed his life away because he's an angry dickhole who can't keep his gun in his glove box because someone might have hit his little baby sports car. Yeah, it's fine, man. It's just a piece of property. Now you get to go spend like, I don't know, maybe your entire life in a Texas prison. All because you're scared someone might have scratched your sports car. Have fun with that. Notre Dame, that's true. Notre Dame is a Catholic uni. That is true. Yeah, that is true. I have heard of a Catholic uni. You are right, because they do like part of their course curriculum at Notre Dame is that you have to do like a religious study too, and you have to go to like religious things. We do? Which one is it? Which one is it in that we that is in every state? Which one? Angela says perverting the course of justice for the wife, definitely, or at least accessory to the crime. I mean, you could easily say that. But yeah, perverting the course of justice, or there's a bunch of charges they could give her. They're not going to, though. They're most likely going to ask for her to be a witness. I guarantee it, because her testimony is more important to get him, and she's the closest person to the actual action. They're saying, yeah, only he was in the arrest warrant. She was not. Yeah, here's him being arrested. Let's have a look. If it'll play. Come on, KSAT. What are you doing? Here we go.
Welcome back. We begin with late breaking news of a major arrest overnight. Selma police making an arrest in the murder of Joseph Banales.
That's right. This is a story we've been covering for more than a year now. He was a 22-year-old nursing student at the University of Incarnate Word and a member of the ROTC program. You see his picture right there. He was killed while on the road in April of 2023.
Patty Santos live at the Bexar County Jail where the suspect was taken in for booking. Patty, good morning.
Hey there, good morning. We have very limited information about this arrest because it happened just a few hours ago. We do know that this involves the death of a 22-year-old man who was shot and killed before he crashed his vehicle in Selma. Now, this happened last year. We want to draw your attention to this video right now. Our cameras were rolling as a suspect was driven into the Bexar County Detention Center overnight. The original shooting happened around 11 of a road rage incident. The Bexar County medical examiner then determined that he died from a gunshot wound to the head. And over the past year, the Selma Criminal Investigations Division has partnered with several local agencies to interview witnesses here in the area. And this morning, we talked with the family spokesperson, and she says the family is just very upset that this was an arrest involving someone who pretended to be a witness. Again, this just happened a few hours ago. We have already made calls to the Selma police detectives and the police chief to get more information on who this suspect is and how they were able to get to him. Now, we expect to get more answers for you. Of course, stay with ksat.com. We'll send.
Yeah, it was a year, but it doesn't help that you had a witness who was lying, and it took them time to break down. I think the separation between the suspect, Joseph, is it Joseph? Is that his name? Or is that the... No, that's the victim. Sorry. Jacob, sorry, they both got J names. Jacob Daniel Cerner. The separation between him and his wife, I think that like sped things up in the last 5 months. If that separation didn't happen, we may still be talking about this as like something that hasn't been solved yet. I think their separation definitely contributed to getting a result for police. 100%. What an idiot. What an idiot. Like, some people just shouldn't. You should have to get a license to be an adult. And you should be able to pass tests like, can you drive in traffic? Will you not pull a gun on someone if they upset you? No? Oh, you can't have your adult license. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to keep your baby license. You're gonna have to stay as a juvenile for the next 5 years. When we come back and test you in 5 more years, then we'll see if you pass or not. But today you failed. I'm sorry. Because like the fact that you can't keep your gun in a glove box, and you can't resist firing at a car who almost hit you because they merged into you. Like, there's so many bigger things to worry about in life. If you hit your car, you just charge his insurance. Who gives a crap? Who cares? Like, I don't know why people get so angry about that kind of stuff. Like, just charge it to the freaking insurance. Who freaking cares? It's a car. Um, those haircuts are so stupid. It's like the kids just like ugly haircuts these days. Kathy Lynch says he was obviously quick-tempered or just dumb. Like, just can't foresee his own actions and what happens afterwards. So I pull a gun in a road rage incident and fire into another car and kill a guy. And I'm just like, yes, my life will continue as normal. No, you will go to jail and you'll be lucky not to get the DP. It is Texas after all. You'll be lucky not to get DP for it. I mean, I can see why his wife left him now. Because obviously he's a hothead. You know, I'm someone, and I know you guys maybe won't believe this, but I have the worst impatientness. I am not a very patient person. I'm quick to anger too, but I ain't pulling no gun on no one in traffic. I might break something, I might get angry very quickly, I might yell a lot, but I ain't gonna pull a gun on someone in traffic because I know that would be the most stupid thing to do, and I'm probably not coming home afterwards. Let's see if this membership gifting works now. It's not going to. I'm not sure why this is not working, but it's giving me the spinny thing. I'll try fix it for tomorrow night, and then I'll give out some memberships for people. His mama still cuts his hair. Or he does it with a friggin' pair of scissors. Not even straight. It's not even straight. Doesn't even go across his forehead properly. You're okay in traffic? It's a parking lot that shows you're in a ghetto. That I can't. It's like that other guy. Do you remember we had that guy about 6 months ago, and he was wanted for something in Florida, and it looked like his bangs or his fringe or whatever. It was like wavy. It's like he did it with a pair of blunt scissors. It's like, bro, just pay the $15 for a haircut. Do you have enough? Do we? No, everyone. Four Sons mom. Evil. We did before. I don't know if there's that many here anymore. We did earlier. I counted. We had 5. That's all right. It's not OnlyFans here, Candy. When we talk about DP, we ain't talking about the fun type. We're talking about the one that you know makes you go to sleep permanently, not the one that makes you go to sleep for a few hours after. Yeah, I know. We had 5 earlier, but I think people are tuned out. We did when I originally wanted to do it. We had enough. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Mr. Dorkface here. Mr. Jacob Daniel Cerner, charged with murder. He's very lucky his ex-wife isn't going to prison. Very lucky. Doesn't change the fact that it ain't going to bring back Joseph, though. It's not going to. What is it in this? Yeah. Yeah. Says a man initially interviewed as a witness at the scene of a murder has now been arrested over a year later in the apparent road rage slaying, according to authorities in Texas. They said he was arrested on Thursday for the murder of Joseph, according to the police in Selma, located about 20 miles outside of San Antonio. Case began April 15, 2023, when Selma police said they responded to a single car crash and found Benales with a shot in the head and slumped over his steering wheel. It's very sad. He was a nursing student and an Army ROTC member at the University of the Incarnate World in San Antonio and was declared dead at the scene. You know, his mum in that video, you can tell she's still so devastated at losing her son. I don't know if that ever goes away. I doubt it. They said this July, yeah, I love how the wife was instrumental in doing this. In July, police interviewed his wife again. The Cerners are now separated, according to the probable cause affidavit, and she said her husband had sped up to get a better look at the potential suspect's car, but the suspect's car was driving too fast, and that's when the crash happened. Yeah, people often crash and then just magically have a bullet in their head. It happens all the time. They just magically crash cars, and they're like, "Oh my god, they were shot too? When did that happen?" Magic. Nope. He obviously got shot, lost control of the vehicle because he was dead, and then crashed into wherever he ended up. They said on Thursday, police interviewed Cerner's wife again. She admitted her husband shot the victim after her husband became angry that Benales had nearly changed lanes into his blue Mustang. Ain't no one going to give a crap about your blue Mustang in prison, buddy. I hope you have fun with that. I hope they sell your Mustang for money to give to the family because of your actions. I hope they crush it into a cube in front of you as part of your punishment. And then I hope they chain you to the cube of your Mustang in prison as part of your punishment. So you have to drag it around everywhere you go as a reminder of your stupid actions that took someone's life. I hope that is what your punishment is. Yeah, retribution. We're going to crush your love and joy Mustang that made you kill a man over it, and then we're going to chain you to it in prison. Kathy says, I love that most of your followers have subscribed. At least the ones that are in the chat, yeah, which is very kind. It's very kind. It gives me a little bit of money every month. Like, I think it's about 100 and after all the taxes and takeaways and stuff from Google, it's like $140 a month. So it really helps. It's very kind of everyone. Goes a long way. The Thora says, I'm going to binge watch YouTube videos on Francis Glessner Lee. No, don't. No, don't do that. Wait, Reeby's going to tell you about it when she's finished. If you read about it now, you'll have nothing to learn from Reeby. You'll have to wait. You have to wait. You have to be good. It's like Christmas. You know it's coming. It's a little while away, but you know you're going to get a present. That's the same with Reeby. It's a little while away. You're going to have to wait a little bit, but you'll get a present at the end. And you'll know all about it. All right, I think we're about done, guys. I think we're about done. I'm losing steam myself. We had a pretty good show, though. We had a fun show. We learned about Coca-Cola Oreos, which was bizarre. We talked about different crimes tonight. It was a good Saturday night. Brenda says he probably doesn't even have the Mustang anymore. No, he probably sold it as soon as he did the crime because he knew he had to get away from it. All right, yes, you wait. Wait for Reeby. She's worth it. She's like that hot chick in high school. You have to just wait a little bit longer. Candy says, you do a great job, Ping. Definitely deserve it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Glitter says, oh, yeah, I saw that Coca-Cola Oreo flavor at the grocery store yesterday. Yeah, we had them on the show before. Here, did you see it? There you go. Coca-Cola Oreo flavor. I tried one on the show. They taste terrible. Hey, did you try one of these? Here. Mrs. Ping, try this. Oh, that was a good throw. Did you get it? Or have you lost it? Just blow it. It's a 5-second rule. It's okay. Try it. I want you to try it. Tell everyone in the chat what you think about the Coca-Cola Oreo.
Not very good.
You get like a strong cola flavor. Doesn't it taste like spiced cola, like that Mexican cola? Like a mix between like ginger, like not ginger ale, but like that Mexican spiced cloves or something. Like it's definitely got some sort of weird spices in it. Yeah. Even she doesn't like it. Are you throwing the rest out? You didn't like it? Well, it was a fun game for the show. They all tried to guess for like hours. It was fun. Flavor the bottle of the pop? Huh? Pink, can you Google Coca-Cola? They don't. No. So they did like a cookie, but they did a bottle of Oreo flavored Coke. Did they? No. Oh my god, they did too. Oh my god, that's why they're doing this. They did. There's an Oreo flavored Coke. Oh my god. Okay, that's our next night. I'm gonna have to go find one of these. Where do they sell them? They sell them at Woolworths. Okay. Yep, they do. They actually do. I didn't see this when I was at the shops. So they did like an Oreo flavored. Oh, it's 0 sugar. So I can drink it. I'm gonna when I go to the shops next, probably Monday or something, I'm gonna buy one of these and we're gonna try it on the show. Because we tried the cookie. We're gonna try the Coke next time. Thanks, Glitter. I appreciate it. I should be able to find it. Apparently they have them at Woolworths down here. So I'll try find one. Yeah, I've actually done that before, Angela. I did one for Pepsi at a company down here who does product testing, and I got to try the worst one. They had lemon flavored Pepsi Max, and I was like, I love Pepsi Max, but the lemon one sucks. This one's the best one. This one is the one that we have down here. It's a new raspberry one. Literally tastes like we have a lolly down here called. It used to be called a Red Skin, but they changed it because of the negative connotations to Native Americans. This tastes exactly like a Red Skin used to. It's so good. I don't drink them very much though. Or yeah. Evil Alaska says I don't live anywhere near a store. Well, 2.5 hours away. Hey Patty, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Snap Crackle Pop. I'm eating Oreos for a snack. Are they cola flavored? All right. Well, I'm going to get one. Maybe for Monday night show, I should have it. So tune in Monday night, and I'm going to try an Oreo Coca-Cola live on stream. A Dr. Pepper. I don't like Dr. Pepper. All right. Hold on. We're going to be back Monday night with Oreo Coca-Cola. I promise. I'll find one. I'm sure I could probably get it from Amazon too. All right, let me check one thing before we get out of here. All right, my ladies and gentlemen. I think that's about it. My stomach's going crazy. I think I have to eat breakfast. Yeah, so I have there's one that we get down here that's like a berry flavored, and I always have that lying around here somewhere for the show. Thanks, Rachel. I appreciate it. Hey, Lindy, how are you, my sweet friend? It's good to see you. Hey, Snapcrackle and the Thoris. Hey, I love you all very much. Yeah, this is a can. This is in Australia. It must be in a can down here. I didn't see. Hold on. I didn't see a bottle. They have a bottle one, like a 1.25. Oh, in America, it's in a bottle, like a 600 ml. Okay, down here in Australia, oh, they've got two. What is the two? There's a black can and a brown can. The hell's the difference? Just different cans, but the same thing. See? They got a black can and then a brownie, reddy colored can. No calories. Fizzy cookie flavored. Okay. I don't know what the difference is. But yeah, definitely I'll try find one. They don't have the bottles down here. They only have the cans. So. Oh, you sent it to my email? Okay. Oh, is that Woolies? Hold on, my friend. I don't know how to download this. Save. No. All right. Let me upload this. There we go. So Glitter says you can, oh no, was it Glitter? Yeah, Glitter. Glitter says it comes in a bottle too. I've never seen the bottle, but down here they do have the cans. I'll have to look when I get down there. Yes, thank you. Hey, it's been a really hard year. I've been doing this just over a year now. It's been an extremely hard year building the channel, and it's had a lot of challenges along the way. But I'm glad where we are now. Getting to 1,000 was a pain in the butt. It was a real hill to climb. But it's definitely helped a lot being able to do the monetization and ads and things like that. Although I don't make much. I think I make about $15 a month from the ads total. And I always forget to turn them on. So you'll notice, like, for a while, I'll have them on for like a couple of weeks, and then for 2 weeks I forget to turn them on, and then they're not on for like 2 weeks because you can't automatically turn them on. You have to manually do it every day. But it's been fun. This year has been very interesting being a YouTuber, and I like to think that the shows are different compared to when I first started. I think they're of better quality than when I very first started. When I very first started, they were worse, even worse than what we do now. They weren't as good. But it's all a learning experience. You learn what to do and you learn what's the best way to do X, Y, and Z. If only we could get a few more guests. It is something I'm working on, but it's not going very well. Everyone I've requested to come on has said no. So not quite big enough yet where people are wanting to come on, unfortunately. Or they just don't like me, one or the other. I don't know. Well, that's what I just said. We've tried to get people on and they've all politely declined. So the Thorus says dark chocolate is full of antioxidants. Milk chocolate is nasty stuff. I worked in a chocolate factory for fun. I would work in a chocolate factory for fun too, but I'd probably put on a lot of weight, which is not what I want to do. I'm trying to be more fit in my 40s. All right. I think we're just about done. Thank you, Retired RN. It's very kind. Retired RN says, I love your channel. Thank you. I hope everyone appreciates the upgrades we've done in the last year too. I used to do it from my couch. You guys remember that? I used to do it from my couch with a different camera and a different microphone that wasn't as good as this one. And then we upgraded the microphone. We got a desk. We got a camera. We moved into this room. And now we have the little shooting area here. We are looking at upgrading the camera. The camera is not the best quality, and we are looking at moving to like a 4K, something like that type of camera that can show a much better, wider angle and a higher clarity, like a higher run rate, higher resolution. It is something we're looking at in the next 6 months. So sideways, yes. Catatonic says you found your groove. Well, it took a while. Hey, Patty. Thanks, thank you. I appreciate it. Aussie Insider. I could probably ask. I have a friend who does the Karen Reed trial. Karen Reed trial. No, she does the what's the trial with the suitcase people? She was here the other night. Excited utterance. Hella. I could probably ask Hella if she wants to come on. She might. Although she does really early shows. Ask Aussie Insider. I'll ask her. I don't know who that is though. It's not someone I've come across, but I can ask. Oh, we got a Ko-Fi thingy. Hold on, guys, before we go. Who sent this? Sarah Boone, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, Excited Utterance is doing the Sarah Boone trial. Who is this? Who? Oh, I know who this is. Hey, I don't want to read your full name out, but Lee, thank you very much. I appreciate it. That is very kind of you, and I'm very thankful. Thank you very much. Lee sent in a I don't know. I haven't even started shopping for it yet, Kathy. Um, I don't know. I've sort of looked at a couple, but I haven't sort of decided on which one I would like or which one I think will do a good job. But looking at like a Canon, there's a couple that streamers use that are like, those little cameras, those ones that have the zoom lens and that. They're really good for streaming. So I'm still sort of doing some research, but when I know if I need some help, I'll ask. But I try and pay for as much as I can out of the channel, out of my own pocket, because it's my channel. So I see it as like it's an investment for me. So most of the stuff I paid for, although Kathy's helped with she helped me buy the swear box thing, which we have to set up. And the rest of it I used my birthday money because it was like $270, $80 or something like that. So Kathy very generously helped, and then I paid the rest. Yeah, possibly. It is something I'm looking at, because this camera is it's sort of blurry, see? When you go like that, it's sort of got a lot of motion blur in it. It's sort of clear, but it's not clear at the same time. It's sort of just blurry. It's not super like crisp or anything. So we're looking for that at some point. But I appreciate it. Kathy's help. Do you guys want to know a story before we go? So when I first started this channel, and I was on Trisha's channel was I? I was on Trisha's channel at the time, right? And I started doing live shows, and this very nice lady sent in $100, and she said, "Go buy your first camera so you can do your own live shows." And I have never forgotten that. That was the nicest thing, and I don't know if I've ever seen her ever again. I don't know if she's ever come back to the show ever again because it's not a name I recognize from now. And that person bought this camera for me. It was very nice of them, and I very much appreciate it. I did, yeah, months ago. Yeah, but like 6 months ago or something like that. That was a disaster. Do you guys remember that? I was about to grab a drink and I was opening a soda water thing, and I opened it and I don't know why, but it just went everywhere. It was like a fountain, and it went all over all my brand new keyboard, went all over my monitor and the microphone, and ruined. The only thing that died was the keyboard. The lights died in it, and it became really just messed up. So there was a bunch of people who helped with that. I would appreciate it. Oh, no, I would appreciate it? No, I appreciated it. There was a bunch of people who really helped out with it, that helped put some money towards it. I think one was Penguin. One was my Aussie friend. She's not here, though. I don't see her that often anymore, which is a shame. But she helped out, and a bunch of other people. It was very nice. Oh, that's right. The cat knocked it. Oh, that's right. That's why how I got shooken up. Yeah, and I put it on the floor, and then just not thinking, I just grabbed it and opened it, and it just went, and it just like fountained everywhere all over here. So now I'm very careful about how I open drinks when I'm on the air. That was a lesson learned, I promise. Yeah, killed a $200 keyboard that I'd saved up for like 6 months to buy. But it was very kind. There was people in the chat that very, very kindly helped out. Very kindly. It's a shame I don't see them anymore. They don't drop in that much anymore. It's a shame because I really appreciate all those people. But yeah, I think that's it. What the hell am I getting emails for Imrans? Bro, I'm friggin' atheist. Don't care about your Imran. But yeah, look, funny things happen. At least they make for interesting shows. All right. Hey, I love you all. I'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is Sunday Nights with Ping. Go Niners. Niners tomorrow. Can the Niners succeed over the Rams? I freaking hope so. But George Kittle out for the game, not playing tomorrow. That's gonna hurt, not having George. And I'll see you after the game. Fingers crossed for the Niners. You Niners fan out there, I wish us all the luck tomorrow. Peace out. Good night, everyone. Love you all. See you tomorrow night for Sunday Nights with Ping. Bye. Bye bye.